big fan of the Disney Guitar series. This is from Disney Peaceful Guitar. I listen to these on Amazon Music. There's quite a selection of them, each one basically with a different buzzword: relaxation and peace and motivation. So I was expecting motivation to be quite motivating, quite upbeat, and quite lively. But actually, it's not. And I do think that that was a little bit disappointing because I was expecting something a lot more lively than some of the previous releases. But it doesn't mean it's bad. Once I expect something different, I like it. And the song selection I was really genuinely pleased with. There are 7 tracks on this. The first one is How Far I'll Go from Moana, and it's one of my favourite contemporary Disney songs, and I think it's fantastic. It's played beautifully. The fact that the artist name is Disney Peaceful Guitar kind of suggests that it was never going to be that motivating. I mean, you could say motivation in the sense that it might inspire you to create something, but when I'm looking for motivation, I'm looking for high energy and, something that makes me want to get going, not something that makes me want to drift off into a pleasant slumber. Then we have Out There, wasn't that bothered about. Same with the Ratatouille main theme. I'm not a fan of Ratatouille, but I was really surprised to see that song on here because I don't think I've got any compilation albums that have the Ratatouille theme on it. So even though I wasn't that bothered about the song itself, impressed with the selection. Cruella de Vil, brilliant version. The plucking works so well for that song. I really thoroughly enjoyed this interpretation of it. And then one of my favourites, the Ballad of Davy Crockett. I love that song. I remember first hearing it on an album that I believe was called The Best Disney Album in the World. I reviewed it about 10 years ago, maybe 11 years ago, and I think it's a 3-disc Disney album. And at the time was considered a really comprehensive album, and that was one of the songs on it. Really love this version. It's a beautiful song. And then the final 2 tracks on this are Prologue from Beauty and the Beast and Carried Me With You, neither of which move me much, but are beautifully played. So it's probably not my favourite album in the Disney Guitar series, but in terms of the song selection, I think it's one of the most versatile and pleasantly surprising. Certainly I loved How Far I'll Go and Cruella de Vil, the Ballad of Davy Crockett. The rest I can take or leave, but are all beautifully played. If you haven't listened to any of the Disney Guitar albums, my advice would be to ignore the buzzwords. And once you get over that and realise that what you're getting might not actually fit, it's absolutely fine and you will thoroughly enjoy these. If you're looking for something creative with a really good song selection, you could definitely do worse than Disney Guitar Motivation.